Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and actually I'm going to be starting a daily recap. And in these daily recaps, I'm just going to talk about my trading, maybe if my emotions that we're going through the day, some big lessons that I might have learned on the day, just literally anything. I just want to start putting out some daily content so I have a record of my growth. So in a year, I can come back and look at my thought process and maybe something I've been going through recently. Actually, we'll get right into it. Is I've been like, what do I look to play? Like setup wise. Like I'm like, what's working in this market? Now, when I first joined MIC, my investing club, I was actually doing really good. Like I knew to look for a setup kind of like this, where it has a stuff move and a confirmation, and you short the pop. But recently, I've taken about like 2 or 3 losses, mainly because this market has gotten crazy and more trappy. But because of that, I've gotten stopped out more, and I've gotten more fear, and I've been like, oh, my setups aren't working. What do I look for? What do I do? But really, like, if I had a daily recap that I could go back to and be like, oh, okay, this was my mindset, let me revert back to this, let me just focus on this. And so I think these daily recaps will be really good for me, and also I really hope I can like help you guys out, especially if you're in MIC. You'll know more about the setups I'm talking about, so maybe you guys can help me if you're in MIC, or maybe I can help you if you're newer and learning to trade. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's one of the struggles I've been going through, where I'm just like, what do I trade? Actually, I'll show you guys some of my losses. So two of my recent losses were ATHE, which was this thing. Actually, let me just pull up the chart on this. ATHE. These, and I didn't even realize it, but I was started playing a new setup without even realizing it. And this setup is called the Deathline setup. Yeah, so you can see this 195 line, and that is the death line. So basically the death line is the last significant support. Well, actually it's really the last support, but I'm going to put $2 since that was the most significant support level. And so I was watching for this stock to break $2 pre-market. And it had lower highs, which is perfect, and it was, it had a strong support. So my mindset was, when it breaks the support, it's just gonna unravel. And in this market, things are super trappy. I do believe this was also easy to borrow, and that's another reason I might have gotten trapped. But also, look at this volume. This is pretty good volume. I mean, you can't really look too hard and overthink things, but I mean, the reason this market, we're super trappy. In the previous month's market, this probably would have worked perfectly. And I played it well. I mean, as long as I have a hard stop in and I don't lose that much, the trade is technically good. Like I only lost like $20 in this trade, and I would have made probably $20-$30, because usually these things are kind of like all day fades. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate, and the reason my emotions have gotten messed up, even though this was a good trade, like I said, is another trade similar, did the exact same thing. So BSQR, this actually happened yesterday. And yeah, so we have this is the line I was looking at, 5-2. Like, look how significant that support level is. We have some more down here, which did working. Like, it did react to it, but I just thought 5-2 is the support line. That is the key line. So that's the line I want to re-short into. And as you can see, I had lots of FOMO. And I mean, I don't think it was FOMO. I think it was more like, no, it was FOMO. It was FOMO, and it was, I thought that's what I should be doing. And in turn, I chased it down there too low. Like, looking in hindsight, this was not the best entry, but I do think the exit was pretty good, I guess. But anyways, yeah, I was looking at the same thesis, so it breaks 5-2. I was expecting it to unravel, but I failed to spot a lot of things on this. For one, it was easy to borrow, just like ATHE, and two, it was SSR, short sale restricted, meaning I don't know. I'm not going to go too far into SSR, but usually it makes it so that the stock bounces really crazily. Like, you know, it's called the SSR bounce. For one, the stock usually bounces on the SSR line, which in this case, I think it was triggered from the day before. Yeah, it was triggered from the day before, so SSR was on from the previous day. But yeah, so we don't have to worry about the line. But since SSR is on, you can't, like, short sellers can't slam the bid, so they sit on the ask, and I think that causes, so once buyers start buying, I think it just takes them all out and the stock just jumps up. I think that's what it is. I don't know exactly. I just know with SSR on, stocks tend to bounce after like bounce bigger as after a big wash. And as you can see, like that's exactly what it did. And once it was over view up, you know, I had my hard stop in, got out. That was the best part about this trade, my stop. But I am 0 for 2 on these deathline setups. Now, I'm not going to be trading them until I see them start to work again. And I really, like, yesterday I was mentally struggling with this, mainly because this is when I took this loss, and I was like, you know, I should just stop trading these. And so I actually went to look at my trader view stats with, I guess I already have the page open, I didn't know that. But let's go on deathline setup. And I was just kind of looking through here, and as you can see, deathline's super unprofitable. Only 2 sample size though. So I'm not going to judge too much yet. I need like 10 trades at least to see. But I was looking through. And I was like, you know, I was doing good when I first joined MIC. And that's because I was playing these death candle setups. So as you can see, like right when I started doing good with death candles, I kind of deviated from them. And I don't know why. Like I think I just started focusing on some other things. And I got sidetracked. But I'm going to go back to focusing on death candle setups, mainly just confirmations like VWAP shorts. Oh man, that's beautiful. So I'll show you an example. This is kind of what the stock I'm about to show you was a VWAP short, and it was kind of a death candle. DTST. Now I couldn't trade this because on Trade Zero the locates were like $26, so like there's no way. But look at this. So you have a clear trend. It was a very hot stock, so everyone's watching it, which is actually good for the death candle because lots of longs can get trapped. And this is the best part about this trade. So as you can see, lots of people getting trapped in here. After this stuff move is what I saw. So I saw it holding up on market open. I was like, okay, I'm going to watch for a stuff move and a continuation breakdown through VWAP. And that's exactly what it did. Stuffed, bam, and then had a little more continuation, and then I would have entered somewhere in this pop. And at this point, look at where my second circle is. It is all these longs over here are underwater. So I'm shorting, all these longs are trapped. My risk level is 12.9 because usually you risk the top of this. It's not a death candle just because it's not the biggest candle on the day, but it is a confirmation. And so I wanted to risk the top of this confirmation, and that's where my thesis is really just invalid. So I want to get out there. But getting it on this pop is perfect. My plan is usually cover 50%, cover 30%, and then cover 20% of my size. And so that's what I probably would have done. And I have trades of this exact trade, and I'll show you actually real quick. I do have a trade recap that you guys can go. These videos are actually meant to be really quick, so I should probably end it very soon. But I'll show you my 2 best trades with this kind of setup. So you have BSQR. This stock was already broken down pre-market, and so I hit the pop on VWAP and I covered, but I got stopped out, and that's fine. It was just with my last little amount of shares. This is my all-time favorite setup and trade. Like, look at this. So we try to push VWAP. We stuff. That's when I want to get in on bounces. So I get in, bam, bam, another stuff. That's where I could have added even more size because that's just even more confirmation. Then cover on support, cover on another wash, cover even more, cover even more. I love how I scaled out there and I didn't get all out in one spot. And I kept adjusting my risk so that I wouldn't lose on my last shares. So I just love this trade. But yeah, wow, this video is already 10 minutes long. My goal with these videos are just make them like 6 minutes, maybe 10 at the max. And the production quality is going to get a lot better. I'll start using my camera, and yeah, I'll be more format. So I just wanted to like start out with this video. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like, comment, subscribe if you want more, and if you're new to the channel. Some quick lessons that I wanted to talk about real quick are, if you're really questioning a trade, it's probably not a good trade. So if you're like, oh, look, but this, it's either you're not educated enough, or which in turn makes it not a good trade. And it means you don't have a plan. If you want to focus on the trades that have all the criteria you're looking for. So exactly like this. So I saw the stuff candle through view up. All of these longs are underwater at this bounce area. And I'm like, okay, this is perfect. This is perfect. Like, and another quote from MIC, I forgot who said it, but the quote is, when what you're looking for kind of like appears, entering the position will be so natural. Like, just starting to get in on this bounce would be so natural because it's exactly what I'm looking for. So I guess that's it for this first recap, but I'll see you guys tomorrow probably. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to be making adjustments and improving each one, so let me know what I can improve on. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.